Tusk Ventures co-founder and managing partner Bradley Tusk joins us now. We'll talk about that and the fallout, of course, of the tech community, get to the Circle IPO. Bradley, first, I know you don't own any Tesla. I don't know if you own any SpaceX or XAI, but I'm just curious what your thoughts would be, if you were an owner of any of these Musk companies and what risk he has taken on as a result of the incendiary stuff that was just going back and forth yesterday.
Yeah, look, I would be concerned because ultimately I have always held that Tesla's share price is sort of the result of incredible retail enthusiasm about Elon Musk, but really doesn't reflect the fundamental economics of the car industry or of Tesla specifically. And so there's a lot of room to fall. It fell yesterday. It looks like it's up about 4% today so far. And then SpaceX is heavily reliant, obviously, on NASA and federal contracts. And so, on both fronts, Elon's companies really do rely on, A, the federal government in terms of contracts and permits and everything else, but B, the perception that Elon is superhuman. That's what really drives a lot of the value. And perhaps this is the thing that punctures the veil.
Yeah, his companies touch the government in so many different ways, whether it's Tesla, the need for nationwide autonomous driving standards, and go on from there, and NASA with SpaceX, and on and on. I'm sure Neuralink, which you don't talk about, or XAI, all of them. What does it mean overall for tech? Is there a broader takeaway? Should there be a larger concern here in terms of perhaps if the president starts to strike back?
No, because ultimately the reality is if Elon's companies lose, someone else is going to probably win. So if anything, from a total standpoint, it's probably neutral for tech on the whole. But I think what it does mean is there was this moment in Silicon Valley when Trump was elected that it was like, if we just play our politics right, we'll be able to cozy up to whoever's in charge and get all of this stuff. And that's not a real strategy, right? You win if you build good companies that sell products and services that consumers want. And yeah, there's regulatory arbitrage that you can always try to do a little bit of. And obviously you want to lobby and everything else. But there was this idea that somehow, if you just sort of play your politics right, everything's great. And that's not how it works.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got you here as well. You were, I believe, an early investor in Circle, which went public yesterday. Shares continue to surge. I don't know at 100 whether you're a seller or not, Bradley, but obviously a very auspicious debut here.
Right. I've got a 6-month lockup, so I'm not a seller for 6 months either way. Look, it's both. It's pretty incredible. And in some ways, I was listening to Chairman Myron's interview with you guys a couple of minutes ago about interest rates. It's one of those companies that somehow manages to evade all of the different questions surrounding the economy. So, for example, it's totally digital, so tariffs don't make a difference. Because crypto regulation is pretty friendly right now, other pressures that companies face don't really make a difference. Unemployment rates, all of these other things don't really get to become big problems for Circle. And so if you were looking for the one company that's sort of immune to all of the political noise and all of the sort of drama and everything else, Circle very well may be it. Now, I'm biased. I'm talking my own book here. I fully acknowledge that. But it really does happen to be the exact right company for the moment we're in.